Welcome back to Courtroom Chronicles. And buckle up, because today's case is a tense one. We're diving into the story of Amanda Lawson, a defendant who once had her freedom, lost it, fought hard to get it back, and now risks losing it all over again. This isn't just a simple probation violation. It's a battle between redemption and accountability. The state of Texas says she violated the terms of her probation, but Amanda insists she's been sober, working, and caring for her family. The drama? She admits to being on the run for 2 years because of fear of losing the life she rebuilt. On one side, the prosecutors demand revocation and prison time. On the other, her defense pleads for one last chance. And at the center of it all, the judge, who has to weigh whether Amanda's pleas for mercy outweigh her history of broken probation promises. Stick with us, because this courtroom showdown has emotional confessions, tough legal realities, and a dramatic sentencing twist that will leave you questioning, what's more important, second chances or strict justice? Let's get into it.
Motion, find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Stand up, but I'm in hopes that you'll hear me out.
And prosecutors, if you will be helpful with that, when somebody tries to skip in line, just tell them you're skipping in line. This person was here first. And we're going to run things in an orderly fashion. All right, court is calling 2019 CR 8173, State of Texas versus Amanda Lawson. Can I have parties announced for the record? For the state.
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense.
Brandon Lopez, Your Honor.
And are you Amanda Lawson?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Amanda Nicole Lawson who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2019 CR 8173 for the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle on November 14th, 2019 for a period of 4 years and extended for a total of 2 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 5 in Burke County, Texas. The defendant Amanda Nicole Lawson, who did and there failed to report the supervision officer as directed for the month of October 2022.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated condition.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Stand up, but I'm in hopes that you'll hear me out.
No, my question is, did you understand that? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? I'm sorry?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, there's not, Your Honor.
State, what are you requesting?
Revocation, Your Honor.
Defense.
Lord County requesting that she be placed back on probation, and my client would like to testify to give her reasons to report.
All right, if you can raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Your name is Amanda Lawson.
All right, and what would you like to say?
Miss Boyd, because you gave me a second chance 2 years ago, I went to Grace House and I changed my life. I've been sober for 2 years. I was released from Grace House because I had a surgery and I had to go home and take care of my family. I've been doing nothing but going to work and going home. I was scared. I understand that being on the run for 2 years is bad, but I was scared that I was about to lose everything that I just worked really hard for. Because of the way I changed my life, and I'm just hoping that you'll believe in me one more time.
All right, this is your second motion to revoke. And what I do know is that each time when persons appear before me, I ask them if there's anything that the court can do. Do they need anything so they can be successful? And I know that I tell people, if there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court. So you've been here before. You were placed on probation in 2019. And then you came back in 2021 and you pled true to a violation of condition number 1, which is a new offense. And then the court altered and amended your conditions and continued you. And then now we're here and nobody has seen you since 2022.
I'm scared. I was at home. I was taking care of my family.
Why don't you pick up the phone and call probation?
I was scared. I can't have no excuse for that, Miss Boyd.
Okay.
I was scared to lose everything I've just worked so hard for. My grandma is 75 and my grandpa is 95, and I have my kids back in my life. I have a relationship with them now. I've been sober since Grace House. I haven't worked so hard for something. It would just destroy me to lose it again and start over.
All right, so these are choices you made.
Yes, I understand that.
You made the
fully.
choice not to report.
I understand that. I'm just hoping you'll believe in me one last time.
All right. Any questions?
She said all.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court is going to grant the motion. The court is finding you guilty. Does anyone want to speak with regards to punishment? State?
Yes, Your Honor, the state's requesting 16 months state jail.
Yeah, we're requesting the minimum. He has 166 days in. We also have some credit for the time she served and.
All right. So what I can tell you, Ms. Lawson, the state is requesting 16 months. I had internalized everything you said. And actually, what the court was going to do was sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility. But the state is requesting 16 months. So I'm going to sentence you to 16 months in the state jail facility. Give you credit for any time served. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, you were given chances. And in this court, I don't know how other courts do it, but in this court, it is better to ask for permission than forgiveness. All you had to do was pick up the phone and call your probation officer and say, this is what's going on in my life. And if they did not address it, you know what you could have done? You could have come back to this court, come back to me, and I would have figured out what was going on. But for you to behave as though you were not on probation, that's a problem. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. All right, why were you late?
I had, what parking, I couldn't find a parking spot and, I guess.
All right, so court starts at 9. So you need to think about that when you're coming to court and plan accordingly.
Okay.
All right. I know people think it's just a little bit here, it's just a little bit there. But in this court, I try to keep the system streamlined so that everybody understands. And I want everybody to understand the rules, because I find that when people understand what the rules are, you stay within those lines and everything will be just fine. So I require everyone to be here at 9. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So my mom called me and she said, Stephanie, it's Spectre of the gun, not Day of the gun. I'm sorry, you're not a Trekkie.
Oh. Talking about yesterday?
Yes. But I'm telling you, I don't think people realize how great Star Trek, the original, was.
You're right, it was good.
Yes. And it had teachable moments. And Bashan, I will debate anybody to this day and tell them that Mr. Spock should have been leader.
Oh,
He solved every problem.
he really did now.
Bashan, and I don't even think he got an increase in pay.
What an absolute whirlwind inside that courtroom. Let's break this down. Crystal Bowen came in expecting a sweet deal. 4 years deferred probation, a $1,000 fine, and nearly $9,400 in restitution. That's already a serious punishment, but when the judge dug into her record, the picture completely changed. We're talking about 3¼ pages of prior charges, including forgery, aggravated theft, attempted drug possession, and even smuggling cases across state lines. This wasn't a first-time offender who made a mistake. This was a long history of fraud, theft, and deception stacked on top of each other. Now here's where the legal detail gets important. Probation is supposed to be a second chance, a way for someone to avoid prison by proving they can turn their life around. But when you're already on probation in another county and still facing fresh charges, it undercuts the very purpose of that leniency. The judge had to ask the big question: how many chances does one person get before accountability steps in? Then came the bombshell. Restitution wasn't just $9,400, it was closer to $10,000. That difference might sound small, but in legal terms, it shows that the defendant may have been downplaying or misrepresenting the full extent of the theft. And when you add in ATM withdrawals and cash app transfers, it becomes very clear. Whether or not she was the one physically pressing the buttons, she was part of a joint effort to steal the whole sum. That's why the judge said, it doesn't matter who did it. You were working together. The emotional turning point came when Bowen tried to justify her actions by mentioning nursing school. Imagine that, applying for a profession that requires deep trust, accountability, and care for others, all while carrying a laundry list of forgery and theft convictions. The judge's reaction said it all. Are you really going to be able to go to nursing school with this criminal history? That moment underlined the credibility gap that hung over the entire case. But the real explosion came when the judge announced she was rejecting the plea deal. Think about that. The defense had negotiated probation, the state agreed, but the judge has the final say. And with that kind of history, she simply could not, in good conscience, allow another deferred probation. Instead, she reset the case, leaving the defendant to stew for 3 weeks while a harsher reality looms. And just when you thought it was over, Bowen's temper boiled over. She cursed at her attorney, tried to storm out, and the courtroom deputies had to physically stop her. That was the final straw. In courtrooms, attitude matters. Judges weigh not just the crimes on paper, but how a defendant conducts themselves in front of the bench. By lashing out and showing total disrespect for the process, she sealed her fate. Her bond was raised to $25,000, effectively ensuring she would sit in jail until her next hearing.